I thought this fish bag was the peak of sewing cuteness until I made this guy. My middle son requested that I make him an octopus bag based on the fish drawstring bag that I made a few weeks ago. And while the idea was pretty simple, especially because I'd done this twice already and I was only using one color of fabric for the outside, which meant less sewing overall, the execution involved a lot of trial and error, especially when it came to attaching these appendages. I did think about stuffing these to give it a little more shape, but then ultimately decided not to because I wanted them to be floppy and kind of malleable as the bag opened and closed. This part is what took the longest amount of time. The sewing itself wasn't too bad, I just needed to find my longest paintbrush to poke all the way through this extra long tentacle, which I did end up cutting down because these were way too long. And just like my last project, I used mismatched buttons for the eyes, which I really love, and this is where I had all the trouble. I attached the tentacles completely wrong the first 3 or 4 times, and I had to take off so many stitches before I got it right. What I should have done was attach all of these to one side of my exterior fabric before stuffing it in and sewing around the perimeter. I didn't do it, but I figured it out in the end, and here's the big reveal. I was so happy when this turned out the way I intended it to. And I really love the pop of red for the lining. It works so well. And then because I decided to make this more of a kawaii style character, I sewed on a little smile, which I think turned out so well. Now I know my youngest is also going to ask me for a bag, so I'm glad I've done this once before so I know what not to do next time around. One thing that I'll be changing with my next iteration of this bag is to put the tentacles into 2 layers instead of one single layer. I think it'll work out really well for the shape. But regardless, it's so cute and I'm so happy with it.